Meningitis has been described by experts as a high mortality rate disease which has killed many Nigerians, especially children. Recently, Nigerian federal lawmakers asked the Center for Disease Control to find out the cause of death of more than 30 people in Gombe State suspected to be meningitis, and this is why people must be educated on danger of the disease. Galaxy TV correspondent Bosan Yakuseg has details in this report.
Between 2022 and 2023, Nigeria recorded a total of 303 confirmed cases and 190 deaths from cerebrospinal meningitis across 29 states of the Federal Capital Territory. Meningitis occurs when there is an acute inflammation of the membranes covering the brain and the spinal cord, according to a public health advisory released by the Nigeria Center for Disease Control and CDC. 2,765 suspected cases of meningitis were also recorded across 140 local government areas in the affected 29 states and FCT. Dr. Shain Madike, a medical practitioner, tells us more about the killer disease. He says Nigerians must be careful, especially during this dry season when the weather is hot.
It's year in, year out. We have cases of meningitis in out epidemic proportions, so outbreaks here and there. The recent one that happened in Yobe, in a school in Yobe, led to the deaths of many children. So basically, I think we have to emphasize on hygienic practices. We have to emphasize on early detection, early diagnosis, discourage self-medications and just patronizing just chemists without actually making a proper diagnosis.
Our correspondent also sampled opinions across the street on how educated people are about meningitis and how it could be prevented.
What we've heard about meningitis is that we should be careful about these are some diseases that occur during the heat period. During the heat period, so there are certain preventive measures to take, and one of it is for you to avoid crowded area and also make sure you are in area that has a much ventilation. My advice, I'm not a medical personnel, but based on experience, my advice is that when you're feeling some disturbance in your body, it's better you go to the hospital.
We should stay away from congested area. Make sure where you are, you have ventilation in and out. Don't stay in a congested area where you'll be breathing in and out of those that are sitting around you. Taking your hygiene seriously by washing your hands regularly in running water, not in a stagnant water.
Dr. Shea also explains some of the symptoms of meningitis and why Nigerians must avoid self-medication so as to ensure the killer disease is tackled early.
That usually it presents with common symptoms like fever, headache. Sometimes you can come with neck stiffness. That's when once it starts getting a bit advanced. It can come with joint pains. It can come with abdominal pain. These are some symptoms that you could just weave and think it's just a malaria or something, but it could be a meningitis actually. And that's why we usually want people to get to hospitals once you have an illness. Even if you suspect malaria, run a test to be sure it's malaria. Don't just conclude and go on self-medication.